This is your place to go for entertaining car talk, the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, artificial intelligence. Conrad, would you like to make a comment about that?
We need all the intelligence we can find,
Artificial
whether it's
or
real
not.
or
Yeah,
artificial.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like us. It continues to grow in leaps and bounds. We talked to the VP of one of the leaders in the business about what to expect in your car in 2023.
Awesome.
Jeff has a feature on the top 7 horror movie cars.
Oh.
Plus, we'll have the stories making automotive news headlines, along with Conrad's Car Clinic, all straight ahead on the Halloween edition of In Wheel Time. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. King Conrad DeLong is back off the sick bed.
I know.
Jeff Dziekan, we need more Jeff Dziekan.
Yep.
He's here with us. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning for our live edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. And if you didn't know, the show airs live every Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Mm-hmm. And then we record, I don't know why, record all 3 hours. And then Mr. Mars works his digital magic, busts it up into 6
Podcasts.
30-minute podcasts.
8 a.m. till 11. You said noon.
I did say noon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's the news for today.
That's it. And the show's over with. Thank you for joining us. See you later. Do we have our guest yet?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Yes, she's here.
Yes, she's here.
God. We're off to a Zooming start, aren't we?
You betcha.
Speaking of Zoom, Kim Conti is Vice President of Product at Rain, where she sets and implements the company's product vision, building voice-first, hands-free solutions for the deskless workforce. She leads all aspects of the product across strategy, execution, customer research, technical execution, and experience. Her middle name is Rain. Here she is, Kim Conti. Hi, Kim.
Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Well, you just pretty much do everything there. I don't know why you're the vice president. You should be the owner.
Yeah.
You can let my boss know that for sure.
I will. Well, we definitely will do that.
Get him on.
Yeah. So artificial intelligence, it's been around for quite some time, but the integration of it into automobiles is really been kind of an up and down road across the many platforms of automobiles. And we're going to let you kind of lead the discussion here in the fact that, you know, we've heard good things about it, but we've also heard some pretty ugly things about artificial intelligence. Is it really ready to be in cars and to actually be integrated on the road?
Sure. Yeah, great question. And artificial intelligence and basically where technology is going in general is a really big topic right now with conversations like Web3 and the metaverse. You know, I think people are wondering, are we really going to be living in the Jetsons completely self-automated life? And I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with this. You know, I think we've been slowly introduced to artificial intelligence and things like machine learning for a while now, advanced driver assist systems, as well as just, you know, how vehicles in general are getting smarter. So, you know, I think that people have more exposure to using artificial intelligence than they realize. Outside of the auto space, you can think about all of the times that you probably have chatted with a chat bot in some customer service arena. And some people may say that was a good experience. You know, they never had to pick up a phone. They were able to ask a couple of questions using a chat bot and they were able to get an answer. Others have probably all experienced a time where AI has definitely led them down the wrong path and they end up typing or yelling representative. And they're still looking to talk to a human.
That's me. You've watched me do that.
Yeah, I think we've all had that experience. And then, you know, Rain's specialty is really within the voice technology space and conversational AI. So we think about it in terms of both chatbot conversation as well as voice conversations. Rain's experiences in building a lot of the big voice experiences you may have interacted with already. So things like ordering a refill of a drink or ordering shoes on your Alexa home smart speaker. And so that's where we're really excited about where conversational AI will take the automotive industry going forward.
Well, let's stop right there and talk about conversational AI because, for me, in my experience in a car, it's always that it doesn't understand what I'm trying to say to it, and I think that everybody has dealt with that. And how has that come along here in the past few years? And please tell me it's come a long way because my experience has not been all that great.
Yeah, I think many of us feel that way because, we have real big aspirations for what we want AI to be doing for us. And we're like, we've got an assistant in the car now, off and running we are. But if you think about it, it has come quite a long way from the original introduction of smart speakers in the home. In the early days, all that Alexa could do was give you the weather. And it may be a really basic version of what's the weather forecast in your town today. But if you think about conversational AI and AI in general, you're really training a brain. And it's kind of like an infant. And what we've all been doing, whether we realize it or not, is training these different AI models that, Amazon and Google have that makes it smarter. So now when you ask Alexa things like weather, she might be able to give you other information. Would you also like humidity? She'll ask you, do you want the 7-day forecast or the 3-day forecast? And that's just one side of what Alexa offers today. And now you see there's a wide range of features from, playing music to giving you an interesting fact. So what we're really doing is all collectively training this little AI infant to get smarter and smarter as we go.
So as you're talking about training the infant, you're talking more about training it on the content of what it delivers. What about training it on the accent of the user? Because
I was thinking the same thing,
that's going to vary regionally.
The dialects,
the accents and the dialects.
Yeah.
Will it learn that as well?
Well, let me add to that, and the fact that one of the things that I have not done in quite some time in the past, 3 years or so. Used to be when you get a new car and you'd set it up, you had to go through all of these steps so it could learn your voice and your voice pattern. And I haven't had to do that in quite some time. Has it come that far now?
Yeah, I mean, the area of voice is actually quite big. There's a lot of different types of specialty and, we won't get too far into the technology of it all, but there are specialists in terms of, natural language processing, audio understanding, natural language and speech recognition. There are all different types of specialty areas that voice technology is continuing to evolve. And so there are companies that are specifically focused on the earlier question around dialect. How do we train to understand both the input of different dialects and accents, as well as provide that as an output? So how do we translate in real time and provide answers to users across a variety of different languages?
So let me ask you this. I know like 12 or 14 years ago, the telephone companies tried to use voice recognition for dialing, like call mom or call dad. And it worked once you set it up like Don was talking about. You get in it, you set it up. The problem was you get up one morning and your sinuses or you got a cold, you got the flu, and now you got a real nasally type, and it doesn't recognize it anymore. Have they got beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the industry in general, as I said, continues to evolve its understanding and its specialty areas. Where we're focused, actually related specifically to the automotive industry, is getting really fine-tuned on the context of what a user will be saying. So understanding the context of a garage, understanding the context of speaking about an automobile, which is why we're excited to be building what we call custom assistants that don't exist on the existing Google and Alexa platforms that are out there today. Because we know you can't ask Alexa, what's the wheel nut torque for a certain type of vehicle. That type of AI is not trained to be context relevant and specific for the automotive industry. So that's where we're really excited to train and understand really specific context.
Will I be able to ask the car, what is your wheel nut torque?
Yes. So we are working on our first voice assistant product for the automotive industry called Ortho. And it's really focused on helping technicians repair vehicles and save them time and money in a shop. So we understand a lot about the context of the vehicle, the trim, the make, model, brake, drive type, so that you can ask all sorts of over 130 specs, fluid types, and things about the maintenance intervals.
Wow. I could use that.
So how who are you using as your subject matter expert for what information is important to that technician? Do you have technicians that you work with in shops to gather that list of data that they're going to ask regularly?
Yeah, so we are under what we call a co-creation model in the product management space. Super excited to be working with users exactly to identify what are the pain points, right? Because I think too often people in tech find tech and they want to just, it's a little bit of a hammer looking for a nail. We first wanted to understand what are the pain points of technicians in the garage. And one of the things that we heard is they have to look up a variety of specs throughout their day. They're walking back and forth from the computer, maybe writing it down on a piece of Post-it note when they finally get that spec or engine oil capacity or engine type. They go back, they lose it, or they've forgotten what they've looked for, and they're wasting a lot of time and they're not wrenching on those vehicles. So we're really focused on co-creating with the technicians and the shop owners, both for what we call our use cases and our product, as well as understanding this environment. So bringing a voice assistant to the garage is different than having a voice assistant in the home. And we had a lot of early hypotheses based on our experience in voice, how people might use it. But we had a lot of questions with, would technicians bring this thing around? Would they want to hang it on a vehicle? Would they want to put it on their cart? So this co-creation model has been really important to how we've developed our product.
You're in one of the most exciting things. To me, this is really exciting stuff. I mean, it's cutting edge, right on the edge, and to be actually the person that molds everything the way it's going to be. I mean, that's got to be pretty exciting for you.
It is. I fell in love with technology because I saw, bad customer and employee experiences that I really wanted to make better and bring into the next generation of tech. And I think the automotive industry, particularly in the garage, is a little bit underserved. So we expect all of these experiences as consumers, right? I can ask Siri questions on my phone, or I can ask my car questions. But what are we actually doing for the workforce? And how are we helping them be better and more productive at their jobs?
So is the evolution of where you plan on going with this, from asking like torque specs on nuts and bolts and fluid capacities, also delivering diagnostic help to the technician, that he's looking at, this is the problem, this is the diagnostic trouble code, and then there's generally some pretty complex charts to help them walk through that. Is that where you're looking to go with the voice activated AI on that, is to help him walk through those diagnostic charts?
Yeah, I mean, the world is our oyster a bit with this voice assistant because, like we started the conversation, the question is really, once I know that I have a voice assistant, I sort of want it to do everything. And so as we think about our roadmap, it can go both very deep. So to that question, how do we get smarter about repairs? If somebody is looking up a certain torque spec, do we anticipate they're actually working on a larger repair? And then we can proactively provide them diagrams. Perhaps we understand that a user or a shop is in a certain climate, and we want to provide engine oil specs based on that climate condition. So we believe there's both a depth to the repair information that we can provide to the technician, as well as a broader offering. If you think about shop operations, parts ordering, communicating with people in the garage, we really believe that this product grow across both the breadth and depth of the roadmap can help the garage be more assistant and more productive across the board.
Yeah, because I work with hundreds of shops here in the Houston market, and the more time the technician has his head under the hood, the more productive he is, because every time he's walking back and forth to that laptop, he may be gaining knowledge, but he's not turning wrenches.
And isn't that
they want them turning wrenches?
Isn't that what basically the OnStar did many years ago?
Yeah,
for the information. Well, not necessarily giving technical, but notifying of an accident or whatever the case OnStar did. But that was like the early days, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that wasn't artificial intelligence.
No.
That was,
linked somehow through the net.
All right. She says she can't hear you, Jeff.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking.
There, you're better there.
I can see you.
So are you also working with any of the OEM manufacturers, trying to help them improve their voice systems?
Yeah, so we're in early conversations with a variety of different players in the industry, from manufacturers as well as shop management systems. So we really believe that if we can integrate into the workflow of technicians and say, when you're about to work on this vehicle, we already know the vehicles that you specifically are working on because we know based on that shop management integration you have. So we're working with vendors like that. We talked about data earlier. We are powered by Motor. You guys might be familiar with them, who is essentially data as a service. They're aggregating all of the OEMs from vehicles 1990 and on to cover most of the vehicles that are on the road today. So lots of partnerships, both data-wise and across the auto industry in general.
How do you find compatible companies to work with? Because really, I mean, you need to have some sort of input when it comes to the manufacturers, the cars, because every manufacturer, for the most part, has their own set of rules that they live by when it comes to AI.
Yeah, it's a great question. So Motor has been a great partner of ours because they do bring most of the manufacturers' data together. But a big part of our experience is not only the voice side of it and basically understanding what a technician is asking for and returning that answer, but we have a visual component to the assistant, and we want to present that answer back to technicians in a very clean way, regardless of what vehicle they're working on. If they're working on a Jeep or if they're working on a Mercedes, every time they ask for engine oil capacity, they're going to see that answer on a very clear screen and know what information they need when they need it. And just to take a step back there, I'll explain a little bit about how the platform operates. So Ortho exists on what we ruggedized tablet. So the tablet itself is encased, ready for the garage. It's actually been sound tested. So we were talking earlier about AI and understanding. It's been sound tested in the garage environment itself and tuned for that. And the tablet itself actually has magnets. So you can put this tablet on the car, on the pole next to you, on your cart, bring it around with you, and allow that technician to be entirely hands-free in his or her job. And then we inherit the vehicle either through VIN scanning, through looking up year, make, and model, or through those shop integrations. So if you're working on a Honda CR-V 2017, you've got that Honda ready to go. And that assistant basically is ready to assist you with the Honda CR-V. And you can say, hey, Ortho, what's the brake pad thickness? And Ortho will respond, do you need the front or rear? And once you give that response, Ortho will give you a very fast, clean answer within seconds.
Wow. Huh. Yeah, that would definitely help technician productivity, and that's going to be important to any shop owner. Again, the more the tech spends under the hood, the more money they're making.
Well, not only that, yeah, because the tech is also making, he'll make more money because he's getting more work done.
If you ain't turning, you ain't earning.
Right.
So
we've seen with the shops we're co-creating with, they are saving up to 1.5 to 2 hours a week per tech. So if you imagine you've got a tech, 3 techs in your shop, that adds up quite quickly.
Kim, it sounds as if the vice president title really is kind of misplaced there. I think it should be the brain of the brain of rain. What do you think?
I like it. But
you're not AI, are you?
It's a team effort, and we've got some really smart NLP specialists, obviously great technologists. We have great designers. So I love the experience because it looks beautiful. Again, I think in an industry that's been a little bit underserved in terms of working with software, you can have great design, and that means you can reduce what we call signal to noise. So techs don't necessarily, they don't necessarily want to work on a table with all these diagrams and sift through information. Right. They still might want this great presented piece of information quite quickly because it reduces cognitive load. So one example is we've actually show the vehicle on our screen, a nice big picture of that Honda CR-V. And so when you're selecting the jobs you're working on, we had a shop owner say, well, this is great. The tech doesn't even have to read which vehicle he or she is selecting to work on. They're just looking at it and being able to select it.
Kim,
that all goes to the team. Yeah.
What is the RAIN website?
Well, heyortho.com is where you can go to find out our product. And then our parent company is rain.agency.
Wow. Well, listen, we could have you as a guest for the next 3 hours, but I know that you've either got a marathon to run or you're going to do some CrossFit this morning. Which one's it going to be?
Probably a little CrossFit or yeah, chasing after my kids, maybe.
Well, that's
Kim-
CrossFit and marathon.
Yeah,
in
that's
one,
it.
yeah.
Kim, it's great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Load of information, and we're going to go see Hey Ortho.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Thank you. You do the same.
That was really
Kim
interesting.
Conti, Vice President of the product Rain. Yeah, that's good stuff.
I need more information on her. I want to connect her with one of the DMSs, independent shop DMSs that are based here in Houston. I wanted to ask her where are they based out of.
They're in Connecticut. Well, she lives in Connecticut. Let me put it that way, up in the Northeast. All right. Hey, I wanted to remind everybody that if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for the In Wheel Time racing calendar. And, of course, today it's a big weekend in Las Vegas because NHRA is out there.
Oh, yeah.
And Erica is qualified in second position right now behind
right.
Stanfield.
That's good.
And the elite crew are all top qualifiers. Antron Brown's kind of middle of the pack, but again, they've only gone through 2 rounds of qualifying. The Emmons brothers are doing well. They've advanced in their elimination round. Sorry to say that Sheila went out in the first round of eliminations in stock eliminator, but they'll be back.
Okay.
Yep.
That's NHRA. Oh, by the way, if anybody's interested, this is the second to the last race of the season for NHRA. And if you're interested in following along, qualifying will be tomorrow at 8:30 and 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. And then final eliminations are set for 4 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon on FS1. FS1 is your source for this weekend's NHRA. Go ahead.
And then NASCAR tomorrow night is in Martinsville, and then Phoenix on the 6th. Mexico City Grand Prix is tomorrow morning. Sao Paulo is the 13th of November. Abu Dhabi is the 20th, and that'll finish up Formula One.
And that is my costume today. I am a Formula One driver. I'm dressed up like a Formula One driver. I have my man bag that is Liberace with all the bling on it. So I am actually a Formula One. I'm dressed like a Formula One driver.
Okay. I've seen
I had
them,
to
I've
throw
seen
that
them
in.
dressed different, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, you've seen me dressed and undressed.
And then next weekend is the 24 Hours of Lemons at Motorsports Resort in Angleton. And the SCCA is going to have Travis Pastrana and Asian and
a
Farm
sandwich,
Truck.
isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Asian and Farm Truck from Street Outlaws are going to be there as well.
That is a blast from the past.
That'll actually be a lot of fun. 'cause
Farm
they're-
Truck.
Farm Truck. You know who that is?
Yeah.
right?
No.
Well,
He has an old 69 Chevy pickup truck
With a
that
camper
looks
top
like
on
a
the back.
beater.
Yeah.
Really looks like a beater, but it's got like this 2,000 horsepower
like a
nitrous motor.
9-second quarter-mile truck.
And then on the 6th of December, SCCA 6-hour Enduro is going to be at Angleton as well. So racing season is very much compressing towards the end, and then it'll probably restart in February, generally with the Daytona 500.
Yeah. And don't forget, I guess, Mars, have you confirmed with Autorama that we're going to be back this year?
Yes, we are confirmed. We're all done. We're just waiting on them to send us their spots. Contract signed, everything.
Very nice. And, of course, we'll try to give away some
In
tickets.
fact, we've got Steve Green lined up in a couple of weeks. We got Larry is going to join us, I think 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks Steve will be joining us leading up to it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Hey, well, we have a very special feature today. It's really not too big of a stretch. Jeff has the top 7 horror movie cars. Now, does that include television?
No, movies.
Just movies?
Well, some of them may have put into a television series after. Not really sure, but these are just movies for right now.
Movies, okay. Well, the first one that comes to mind is Christine.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
So number 7 is The Hearse. It's a 1980 movie. It's about a 1951 Packard hearse. There's just something menacing about a hearse, even when empty, especially when it's one of the overwrought, ornate cars of the 50s or even before. If you drive a hearse, you ought to be careful if you're carrying the body of a devil-worshipping witch. or if you crash the vehicle in the town she died in, it's going to be haunted, much like the curvy, stylized cars of the 50s.
Selena
Don't
Hidalgo.
even go there, because I know that.
The modern eye of the ornate Victorian Gothic style of haunted houses. Number 6 is The Wraith. It's a 1986 film. It does include a 1986 Dodge M4S Turbo Interceptor concept car.
I remember this movie.
The car is long, low, and black and kills plenty of people in this movie, Conrad. But don't worry, it's only out for revenge. The car in the movie is possessed by a ghost of a street racer killed by another racer, or possibly the form of gearheads in the afterlife.
And the car was a Chrysler show car.
I just told you that.
You weren't paying attention.
The car is
ADD.
supernaturally fast, and one of them that kills the whole gang of racers responsible for the accident. You went too far ahead, buddy. Number 5 is The Love Bug. It's a 1997 movie. It's a 1965 Volkswagen Beetle Horace the Hate Bug. Since the 60s, people have loved the Herbie the Love Bug. It's a Disney movie, but it wasn't until 1997 that the TV movie of Herbie came out. In this installment, we meet the German scientist who loved for his.
Did you read this?
I
before
did twice.
Okay.
So his deceased wife with Herbie and his heart. Wait till your segment comes.
Yeah, just wait.
Exactly.
It's Halloween.
It's
You have
not
no
going to go
clue
off
we've got
at all.
In
In this movie, they're forced to create another autonomous bug. It's fueled by hate and evil. It's called Horace, all in black, covered with louvers and spikes, and blacked out windows. Horace is every bit as sinister as his brother is adorable.
That's the only one I haven't seen out of his whole list.
Okay,
Continue
well,
on.
here we go. This one's going to scare the hair on your head.
This one gave
I'm
me the
trying.
creeps.
Number 4, Maximum Overdrive is a 1986 film. It's with a 1980 Western Star 4800 with a Green Goblin head. The movie is based on Stephen King's story, directed by him as well. Features plenty of autonomous killer machines, but the Green Goblin truck is the best of the leader. Let's move on, Conrad, if you can push the button.
I did.
Okay. Number 3 is The Car. It's a 1977 film. It's a 1971 Lincoln Mercury Continental 3, customized by George Barris. No explanation is ever given on the sleek black luxury of this luxury car that terrorizes the town in this film. It appears to be driverless, supernatural, and indestructible. Notably, in the show Futurama, Bender the robot comes back this car. We're going to skip to Duel and then number 1 because of time constraints. Number 1, of course, is Christine. It's a 1983, the movie's 1983, 1958 Plymouth Fury. And, of course, we all know the movie about a love story. So there you go.
A love story.
It's a love story between the guy and the car.
Yeah, guy in the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a
Did
bit
you
of
get Christine in there?
that was the last one. Were
Oh,
you
that
on
was-
Paying
I wasn't-
attention?
no, I
Gee
wasn't.
whiz. We need the lady from AI back on here.
We do.
We really do.
No, we need my memory coach on. That's what we need. All right. Thank you for joining us today. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just wanted to let you know that our show streams on iHeart, the iHeart app, Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast channel. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this. Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com.